Hi, so I'm Cami. I'm going to talk about artists and influencer marketing and how music artists can use influencer marketing to build their own personal brands. Starting with what is influencer marketing? This is a type of marketing that focuses on using key leaders to drive brands' messages to a larger market. I tagged some photos in here of Charlie D'Amelio and Alex Earl, who are very prevalent on the platform of TikTok, especially, but also Instagram. Um, Alex Earl especially has become popular because she's become relatable and people see her as somebody to look up to, and they see her as someone that they want to also be like, and they want to hop on the trends that she creates. Charlie is for a younger audience, but she additionally is another person that people look up to, and a great pusher for certain brands, and people would trust her if she were to represent one. So, with that being said, an influencer is someone with power to affect purchasing decisions due to authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with an audience. And the personal brand is the image and identity an artist cultivates for public perception. So, artists as influencers. Many artists are influencers and they shape trends, endorse brands, and influence culture. And this has become very a new thing to artists having to really push themselves as influencers online and having to learn how to use different social media platforms to create their niche audiences. For example, Olivia Rodrigo collaborated with Glossier to promote beauty products while reinforcing her own personal aesthetic of young girl interested in beauty and fashion. It made perfect sense for Olivia Rodrigo to collaborate with something like Glossier, who's very popular, which is very popular amongst young adults 18 to 24. Additionally, she was really pushing this color palette of purple, this light lavender color. And for her to collaborate with Glossier, it made perfect sense and fit into her overall aesthetic. Another example, a different kind of way of using influencer trends was Doja Cat and her Say So dance on TikTok that kind of blew up in 2020. This was a way for her to connect with her fans and her fans to engage with her music. A popular dance was created along with her song, and millions of people used this dance and learned this dance as a way to push the song, and feel like they were a part of something bigger. Um, and you can see influencers promoting artists. Again, similar to Doja Cat's dance, we have Megan Thee Stallion's Savage Dance, was created by an online user who helped the song go viral and chart even higher. Many artists work with influencers to market new music, albums, or tours, but a lot of the times this happens naturally with fans, like already established fans, wanting to hop on or wanting to push the song or just doing something fun that helps make the song more popular. But a very popular way for influencers to push their music is or artists to push their music is to have influencers creating TikTok dances or trends with their songs. And this is why it actually works. So, influencer marketing brings authenticity and reliability. People trust influencers more than they may a celeb. Influencers' whole purpose is to be relatable and to create a platform where people can look up to and want to be like, and they can see themselves being like that person. And it provides access to niche, highly engaged audiences. What better way to find a target audience than online with people who are very quick to celebrate their favorite artist? And additionally, it boosts discoverability on platforms where music is discovered, like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And it was actually proven that 68% of social media users discover new music through short form video content. And I don't think this is very surprising, especially to people in college who likely find some of their favorite artists or favorite music via social media. So we can see the growth of an artist like Chappell Roan, and see how her global on-demand streams increase rapidly through her virality on TikTok, especially. Her song "Casual," "Good Luck Babe," "Hot to Go," "Red Wine Supernova," and "Pink Pony Club" all were very, very successful online, and it caused a lot of people to want to engage with it via video, short form video content. So this is an artist that proves that being popular online can really boost your musical career. And as we've kind of talked about this, but the key players include artists, fans and followers, and influencers. This can also include labels and managers if they're the ones helping to coordinate these deals. And platforms, obviously, are the ones that are going to push and control the algorithm. So we can see a marketing impact. Songs can go viral, leading to increased streaming, chart performance, and brand deals. A great example is that of the Yeehaw challenge on TikTok, where users dressed as cowboys and cowgirls set to Old Town Road, and this amassed over 67 million views by July 2019. So not only were people doing this challenge, but people were just hearing this song on the radio constantly, and it was a great way for people to hear the song and to get it stuck in their head and want to listen to it more. Another very great example is of Ice Spice and Pink Pantheress' collab on Boys a Liar Part 2, and it has been featured in 1 million TikTok videos as of April 2025, and by February 2023, it surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify. So people made all kinds of content to this song online, whether it be dancing or just doing fit checks or just adding it to like a static post. But it was very popular, and it's clear with the 1 million TikTok videos as of 2025. But you can see how just a simple song can connect to a niche audience and boost those streams. And TikTok Music Report reported that 74% of TikTok users discover new artists through the app. Like I've said, a similar statistic earlier on, but it's very popular among young audiences to find their favorite artists online. So there are some opportunities as well as threats to this kind of influencer marketing. Some of our opportunities are direct to fan relationships. That's those niche audiences that feel a parasocial relationship with their favorite artists. A broader reach and organic exposure. Some kind of content can naturally become popular without the label's help. People just boosting a song or a trend or a dance, and it just naturally helping the artist. And then brand partnerships and revenue streams. So this is the non-naturally occurring things that their management can help with. Think Olivia Rodrigo's Glossier campaign. So the threats that we see is the oversaturation or inauthentic collaborations. This could be artists just feeling that they're or fans feeling that the artists are just doing something out of the need for money, or doing things just to gain popularity, and they're not doing it out of their honesty. And then fast fame that's difficult to sustain. We can see this additionally with Chappell Roan, where she became super famous overnight, and she's found it difficult to sustain, with fans thinking that she's, what's the word? Ungrateful for her quick fame. But for her, she sees it as, oh my gosh, I've gotten so much attention that I wasn't expecting to, and people are treating me like I'm some random, like I'm just an object. So she's finding that this fast fame can be difficult to sustain, and with the algorithm dependency, it's unexplained sometimes how things can happen overnight and how trends can catch on, and there's kind of no way to come back from it once you're popular. Thinking more with ethical considerations, sponsored content must be disclosed on any kind of social platform. You can see things like #ad, or on TikTok, you'll see sponsored. This is just another great way to avoid the threat of inauthentic collaborations, where people are just being like, hey, this is an ad and I am supporting this and I'm going to get money from it. So And some questions that people have is, are only certain kinds of artists being promoted through algorithms and trends? We can see that maybe it's pushing white artists or artists that are more socially acceptable or look a certain way. And obviously the influencers that are popular are increasingly these beautiful young white women, and it can be kind of hard for other people of different ethnicities to feel comfortable in the space. And it's nice to see artists like Ice Spice and Pink Pantheress that became very popular just because of how creative they were, and people really caught on to their music and really loved it. So, some final takeaways we have is that influencer marketing is reshaping the way artists build careers and connect with audiences. Artists are expected to be popular on social media and to utilize their social media to boost their music, and that's what labels are expecting from them. And it blends marketing with personal storytelling, turning both influencers and artists into brands. And as marketing professionals, understanding this strategy helps us tap into one of the most powerful drivers of discovery today, and that is obviously social media. I really hope you enjoyed this presentation and it gave you some insight as to why artists are becoming more popular via social media. Thank you. And these are my references.